I'm really happy that we've got the producer and co-host of the Giving Voice to Depression podcast with us now. Before you turn away, let me say this series is not for only for people with a diagnosis of depression. Really, this is just for anybody who has been under lockdown, working crazy hours, whatever has been happening for you during this pandemic period over the last few months. Mental health stuff is coming up. Stress is happening. So I would love for you to say hi, Terry McGuire.
Hi, thank you for having me on. I'm really excited about your new series.
Well, thank you. And I have been a big fan of yours. And approximately how many episodes have you done already, Terry?
I think we're nearing 150. Yeah.
Talking to a lot of people who have, been dealing with their struggles and then come out the other side. And I know every episode is full of inspiration and some good information. So again, we don't want to make this too heavy, but we do have to acknowledge that this has been a stressful time for a lot of people. So just in general, what would be some advice that you might share with anybody watching today as to, what we can do to kind of get through this weird time?
They say 1 in 4, 1 in 5 adults in the US is going to experience a mental health problem, but that number is way up right now because the human brain is designed to take comfort in being able to predict what's next. And we have no idea. We thought this was 2 weeks. We thought if we wore a mask, nobody would, or we didn't wear a mask. Everything's changed so much. And what are we going back to? What is new normal going to be? Are we going to have our jobs the way we did before? Are we going to be just distanced, and are we going to be wearing masks? Are people going to continue to get sick? There's just too much up in the air to be peaceful inside your head. So I think it is a really stressful time. The things we can do for ourselves, I think most of us know what helps us. I, for instance, sleep. If I do not get the right amount of sleep, I really have a problem being my best self. Not staying up too late, not just sitting, getting outside if there's a way you can walk around safely in terms of distance and everything else. But if you can't, move in your house, do a chicken dance, dancing to some music in your kitchen, whatever. There are exercise things online that you can exercise along with it. It doesn't have to be about losing weight. It's just about physically moving, drinking lots of water, eating healthy foods, the things that we know help. And for some of us, the extroverts in the world, they may need to be having more Zoom meetings and really reaching out to connect with people. And introverts like myself, that's not the stressful part. So everybody has their own challenges, but I think that we really do need to be reaching out in various ways to each other. And that can be as simple as a text. I like to just send something funny every day to, a couple of my friends and, just saying, how are you, but really meaning it.
You mentioned how we can help ourselves and also the need to help others. It's hard for some people to ask for help. So what might be a way we can reach out, try to connect, even if the people in our lives are a little bit, standoffish about it, or they're the type of people who say, oh, everything's fine, I don't need anything. Any advice there?
And a lot of people do. I think that there has been a change in the conversation. I think that the question, how are you, used to be just an absolute throwaway. And the expected answer was fine. And if someone said more than that, it was almost like, oh no, I don't have time for this. I think that now people are hearing that, and I'm hearing, I'm getting really bored, or I'm really lonely. But I don't think we're just getting fine anymore. And I think that's great. I think there's more vulnerability. And that's because we're all in the same rocky ocean. We're in different boats, but we're all in this strange time together. And I think that leads to more honesty and vulnerability. And I think that's really beautiful. I'm sending little care packages, and we just all need to know we matter to each other.
Yeah. And in wrapping up this segment, we will do another one. Is there a standard go-to place we can call for help, especially anybody who is really having a difficult time right now?
Absolutely. There is a text line, which in the US is 741-741. And a lot of people prefer that even just for the privacy. Nobody knows what you're doing. They're not overhearing your phone call. And the other is the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. I have worked at a crisis line, so you do not have to be suicidal to use either of these. You define what a crisis is for you. And that's anything you're not able to handle right now. Maybe last week you could, maybe next week you will. But if you're really struggling right now, that number is 800-273-8255. or 800-273-TALK. They're available 24/7. Expect a slight delay. It has to be transferred. There are technical issues involved, and you will be connected with a trained listener.
Oh, sounds like a couple of good resources you've given us. And your podcast is full of so much more good information. It's called Giving Voice to Depression. We've been talking with Terry McGuire. Thanks so much for joining us on the Health and
Thank you
Healing
so much.
Hangout.